Welcome back, everyone, to another explainer. Man, today is a super exciting milestone for us Focus learners. We have officially reached day 46 of our journey together, and we are tackling a truly massive concept today, SIEM. That stands for Security Information and Event Management. Now, if you've been following along, you already know how absolutely crucial it is to keep our digital environment secure and organized, right? But how do we actually make sense of all the raw data just flying around a network? Well, that's exactly what SIEM does. It's essentially the central nervous system of modern cybersecurity, and today we're going to break down exactly how it works.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we've got a really clear, structured pipeline to master. Log collection, correlation rules, alerts, and finally, a hands-on project for SIEM implementation.
So looking at our topics for day 46, these aren't just a random list to memorize. They're individual puzzle pieces. And as you'll see, once you understand them separately, they snap together perfectly to form a fully automated security architecture.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Log Collection. This is where every SIEM pipeline has to begin. Log collection is defined simply as the initial input phase of gathering data logs. You can kind of think of a network like a bustling city, you know? Every time a door opens, a computer connects, or a file is transferred, a tiny record, a log, is created. It could literally be a firewall blocking an IP address, or just a server recording a routine login. Log collection is that absolutely crucial starting point where all of this raw, unfiltered data is pulled from across the environment right into our SIEM system. Actually, without this initial input phase, we've got zero visibility. We're just flying blind.
Moving right along to Section 2, Correlation Rules. So how do we process all those logs we just collected?
Well, correlation rules act as our processing engine. And this brilliantly illustrates how it works. If log collection is, say, gathering all the raw puzzle pieces, this is the logic we use to evaluate them. This engine is constantly parsing through just an immense volume of noise, looking for specific parameters, like, I don't know, a user attempting to access a restricted database at 3 a.m. It tirelessly evaluates every single log against the specific rules we've set. Why? To find what actually matters and to separate normal, everyday activities from actual threats.
And that brings us to Section 3, Alerts. This is the direct, actionable result of our processing engine.
The crucial point here is that alerts are the definitive output we were aiming for all along. When our processing engine spots a pattern that violates a rule, say multiple failed login attempts from a weird location within just a few seconds, boom, it fires off an alert. This is basically the SIEM system raising its hand and yelling, "Hey, human, you need to look at this right now." It's a real game changer because it takes vast amounts of raw data and transforms it into a clear, focused call to action.
Let's move to and see how this builds chronologically. We get this incredibly elegant flow. Step 1 is log collection, that's our raw input. That data then flows directly into Step 2, correlation rules, our processing engine. And when those rules trigger, data flows right into Step 3, alerts, the actionable output. Input, process, output. Honestly, mastering this 3-step pipeline is the absolute core of understanding what SIEM is all about.
So, now that we've mapped out the theoretical pipeline from start to finish, what exactly is the Day 46 project? I mean, theory is fantastic for sure, but true mastery only comes when we roll up our sleeves and actually apply what we've learned to a practical, hands-on scenario.
Which leads us to Section 4, Project SIEM Implementation, our final agenda item where everything comes together.
Now, SIEM implementation. That might sound a bit intimidating at first, but trust me, you are completely ready for this. You're going to take those theoretical steps we just talked about, setting up the initial log collection, configuring the specific logic of your correlation rules, and then tuning the whole system to generate accurate, meaningful alerts, and you're going to implement them live. You're transitioning from an observer to an architect here, building out the exact kind of pipeline that defends real-world networks today. How cool is that?
So, I'll leave you with this final provocative thought for today's explainer. Are you ready to build your pipeline and conquer SIEM implementation? You've got the complete blueprint right in front of you. You know exactly how the data's got to flow, from collection, through the rules engine, straight into actionable alerts. Now, it's time to take that knowledge and put it to work. Dive into the Day 46 project, trust the structured process we've outlined, and go build something incredibly secure. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what you accomplish.